Hello, peace and blessings to everyone. I wanted to come and just talk a little bit about male-female relationships and expectations. Last night, Shet was on Facebook and he was looking at some stuff, and I'm gonna read the post word for word. It says, "Bitches will fuck with a nigga because he got money, then will fuck for free." And he was like, "Facts, facts." And I was like, "Well, you saying that like that's a bad thing." I was like, "You expect her to ask for money? You expect her to ask for something to have sex with somebody? Like, that's not really how it's supposed to go. And if we did, then you'd be talking trash about us for asking for money." I explained to him a lot of times money has value because we choose to give it value. And even as men, you don't feel valuable unless you have money. You don't feel secure in yourself unless you have that dollar. So like I explained to him, it's not that we'll deal with you because you got money. The fact that you have money makes us feel secure, because in this construct, in this world of lack, in this paradigm, money is value. People value themselves off the amount of money they have. Because I had just told him, weren't you just about to beat somebody up because they almost shorted you of your money? So as a woman, the money equals security to us. So when a man already has money and is taking care of himself, that means he has security. So I know I feel secure with him. So we have to go back, and you have to stop being mad with us like we gold diggers and like we want to take from you. Like, we really don't. The right really don't. Everything is being perverse and confused. But like I told Shep, I was like, now let me ask you this question. Don't most men deal with women who already have a car and already have stuff so they don't have to do nothing for them? He was like, yeah. I was like, okay then. So what is the difference? Why are you complaining? I was like, and actually, if you think about it, why don't you want to provide for a woman? That is literally a part of your purpose. A part of your purpose is to want to provide for a family, to want to nurture, to want to put things in place to make her life easier. That's what you literally should want to do as a man. And you have to think about it. Why don't you want to? It's because it comes down to the spirit of money. The spirit of money controls and overtakes. It controls relationships. People value their relationships off of what other people have and not really what they have in their heart for them. Well, I'm going to stay with him because he's a good provider. Even with women, one of the things me and my mom were talking about, that old construct during that time when my mom and a lot of our parents were raised. I'm 38. So when a lot of our parents were raised, the culture to women was, you get a good provider. You get a man who can provide for you. And in having a good provider, you felt secure. So that then you could do all the spiritual work of raising the children and being there like you're supposed to. So let's go back and let's look at the construct of how things kind of took place here. We have the civil rights movement when black people were closer than ever, when people were fighting, when families were coming together. After the civil rights movement, if you remember, at the end of the civil rights movements, there was Stonewall, which was the gay rights that took over. So actually, when you look at our civil rights, it was never really about just black people, but it was about black and gays and everything else, because that situation happened as soon in 1969, I think, was the Stonewall, right after 1968. So you had these revolutions going across the board. Well, what happened in the 70s? In the 70s, you see all the factories shut down, all the jobs get gone. So now we don't have any jobs for black men. Now we have welfare out here, and we're telling you, if you have the welfare, that your husband cannot be in the home, that he has to leave. So let's look at how our culture and our system, because we're not blaming individuals in their lives. We have to understand there's a construct called white supremacy that works quite well to destroy all families. So you have civil rights movements, families are working closer together than ever. Then you have the 70s. Right after the civil rights movement, you have everyone losing their jobs, all the factories shutting down, and pretty much black men having no way to provide or support their family. So here comes the blaxploitation movement. In the blaxploitation movement, you have all the Foxy Browns and pimps and hoes and all that other stuff. So then that begins to change the construct of how we see ourselves. We begin to see our men as pimps, and our men begin to use their women to gain any type of value to maintain. And that was a big thing in the 70s. The drugs, it was like a whole nother another culture vulture being pushed at the black community. So when you look, really when the Panthers stuff were going, you only have a small percentage of the people, almost like now, that were focused on the Panthers, that were focused on revolution. A lot of them other ones was getting high and partying just like now. It was the same construct in the 70s. So then you have the 70s where I make sure nobody has any money. It's all pimps and hoes and drugs and that type of stuff. And then what do? I'm still not giving black men jobs because there's still no place for him to work, but I'm giving black women jobs. So I'm creating a barrier between them because I'm giving her, but I'm not giving him. So now he's actually becoming jealous of her. He's actually becoming angry with her. And she's getting brainwashed into thinking she's an independent woman and she's a feminist and this and this. And I had a lot of ladies in my shop. So I was like, pish posh, you are not an independent woman. Like, I get that, but you are interdependent because we all need a man. Men all need us. The Elohim is a male and a female principle. So if we are to be coming to our fullest selves, then you do need a male. And it doesn't even have to be sexually, but male energy. Like I have a good friend, Graham, and when my father first passed away, having male energy around that was helpful, that was nurturing, that was caring is all that mattered. It was never about sexuality. A lot of times for women, it's about having men in your life who are there to protect and cover you. But then it always feels like I can't find a man to protect and cover me unless I'm having sex with him. I can't find a man to protect and cover me unless I'm giving him something. And really what we have to understand is as men, that's supposed to be a natural order inside of you to protect and take care of. And we know that through slavery, all of us have gotten mixed up. But either way, so then you get to the 80s. So we have civil rights, families growing and working together. Then you have the black exploitation construct, which tears down the family, totally culture vultures in and shows every person in a bad light, mothers in a bad light, fathers in a bad light, destroying the black family. And then you have the 80s, here comes crack, that's being pushed in our community to now where black men can make all this money and do all this stuff. And black women are at a place to where, you know, we get high because we hurt, we tired, we this, we that. Then you get into the late 80s where it's like independent women, everybody get a job, latchkey kids. So what happened when mothers started leaving their children at home? Nobody got raised anymore. Nobody got loved anymore. That's a big issue that people do not focus on. Being a stay-at-home mom is not nothing. See, dads, you have to understand, children need 24 hours of care. I mean, constant. Mothers, your children, they need 24 hours of care. You cannot be the nurturer for your family when you are stuck at a job all day having to be someone else, then come home. You are not able to properly. Fixing dinner is big. Having dinner at a dinner table together is a big deal. Having your mom or your parents there to prepare a meal and sit down together, that changes a whole construct in a child's life and the atmosphere. Looking at how they broke apart our families, so then women now, we don't even enjoy doing the stuff that's womanly. We don't want to cook. We don't want to clean. We don't want to spend time with our children. And I'm going to be honest, when I clean my home, it's a spiritual cleansing. I'm able to go through and see all the trash. I'm able to go through and see all the things that are hurting, that are coming against my family. And when I'm physically cleaning, I'm spiritually cleaning. I'm spiritually saying, take this out of my daughter's atmosphere. Move this out of my husband's life. Remove this from my home. Let my home be peace. So when my children come in here, they can thrive. They can live. They can grow. And men, you have to understand how important it is to have that in your atmosphere, because when you come home, there is no peace. Because she's tired, she's frustrated, she's hurt. I'm not made to go out into the world and fight like a man. I'm really not. And when you make me do that, I turn into a different person. I turn into what you call bitches. So honestly, if our men were in order and understood our value and the value of what we truly give to the world, when we're able to raise children, when we're able to nurture, we're not sitting home doing nothing, just looking at TV. Honestly, when you have a real woman, she is putting into the home. She is thinking, she is progressing on how to help the family grow and how to set an atmosphere of love and guidance for everyone. And that's very big. And when you lose your path from God, you no longer see that as important, and you need her to go half on bills. But if we would actually go half on life, this life of abundance, this life of newness that God has ordained in our atmosphere, and understand our roles, husbands, it should make you feel magnificent to take care of your woman and your family. And I mean, not clothes and shoes and just stuff like that. Those are things we need. But I mean, to be able to allow your woman to grow, to be her best self, only helps you. When you push her into a construct of having to become you because you feel too weak and tired to go out here and fight the world on your own, then we lose a lot in this situation. So I just want us to look at this double standard that we have as men and women. We have the wrong expectations of each other. We have the wrong expectations of ourselves. And honestly, we need to come back to understanding that the woman is a spiritual head, and without the spirit of a home, without the spirit of your children being nurtured and put into the proper place, you grow destruction. So look at the planet now. Sociopaths, all this crazy stuff. It starts with the mother. It starts with nurturing. You know, just breastfeeding alone brings a bond between the mother and child, and changes certain synapses in a child's brain to help them build compassion, help them build understanding. So when we don't understand our value as humanity and how important each human is, then we don't understand why each human needs a woman to nurture and care and help grow. And all women are not perfect. We have all been hurt and taken through some terrible things. But we have to come together, and we have to understand that don't let this money control your relationships. Please see the value in your partner. Please see the inner value in your partner. Don't ask questions like how much money you have, what kind of car you drive. The questions you ask in a relationship are how do you want to raise your children? What are your spiritual goals? What are your mindsets? What do you believe in? Because all those things matter when you're raising your children to become a new human on this planet. And family is the first form of government. So until we come back to understanding my man is a provider and a protector, and my woman is a teacher and a listener, and I can pour out my pain to my teacher, and she can listen and give me back wisdom out of my pain, then I can take that and go grow a new atmosphere, a new home, a new family. But right now, fathers, understand we need you. We need you dearly. And we need you to become the strong men that you are and stop envying your oppressor and choosing his ways. I don't want to say white men are weak, but black men, you have a different strength that you haven't tapped into. And we need you to tap into that so that you can be able to see and understand who we are and how to feed us. We're not bitches. We're not whores. We're not gold diggers. But we do expect you to provide. We do expect you to be the men you're supposed to be. And we don't expect you to be selfish. If you got money to go take a trip and you haven't paid that light bill, I'm just saying. I never asked my daughter's dad for money because I didn't want his money. I wanted my daughter to know she was loved. So a phone call, your presence. My dad didn't buy me a whole lot growing up. It wasn't money to buy me stuff, but he took me on a lot of walks. He poured a lot of things into my heart and soul to let me know I was covered. He gave me a lot of hugs. So dads, whether you got money or not, know the wealth that's inside of you as a black man is enough. Sometimes all we need is your hug. All we need is your compassion. We don't care about your money. We care about your heart. And it's important. And we love you. So let's try to work on our families. Let's see each other for who we truly are. And let's stop letting money overtake our relationships. And let's love each other. Love you, black men. I love you even more, black women. Let's stay focused. Peace and blessings, everyone.